how can you not have at least a place in your heart for Alexander Ovechkin? Ovechkin has been one of the best players in hockey for a decade. He's a 3-time MVP and a 7-time scoring champ. He has led his team to the best record in the NHL a number of times, led the league in scoring a number of times, has had a talented team around him a number of times, but has collapsed, gagged, choked in the playoffs every year, way before they should have. And look, I'll be the first one to admit I have used the Capitals as a punchline for years. How do you know it's spring in D.C.? Cherry blossoms and Capitals choke jobs. But this Caps team has done everything that the old Caps teams did not do. And to me, the parallel between Ovechkin and Peyton Manning is so eerie. Peyton Manning could not get over the hump. He put up all these great numbers. They were the number 1 seed a number of times. The Colts went 14-2, 13-3, 12-4. But they could not get to a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning and Jim Mora or Peyton Manning and Tony Dungy. They kept running into playoff problems. They lost the Tennessee Titans. They lost the Miami Dolphins in overtime in the playoffs. They lost to the Patriots in the AFC title game, in the divisional round. They kept running up against better teams in the playoffs, and Peyton Manning could not get there. Year after year after year it happened, and we started asking, because we here in America think about one thing and one thing only, and that is championships. Why can't Peyton Manning win a championship? He was not given Bill Belichick the way Tom Brady was. He was not given one of the best defenses of his era like Tom Brady was. But we kept asking, is Peyton Manning a choke artist? Can he not win the big one? Will he never have a ring? Will he be Dan Marino? Which is blasphemy. You can't call anybody Dan Marino because that's ultimately a criticism. Aw, he didn't win a championship? Well, then you're not a real legend. And there was 2006, and the Colts weren't as good as they had been in previous years. They were a wild card team that year. Or actually, they were a divisional round winner, but not one of the bye teams. They didn't have a bye. So they had to play wild card weekend. And somehow, some way, the defense stepped up. One of the worst rushing defenses in football in 2006. And they totally locked down Larry Johnson and the Chiefs in the wild card round. They move on to the divisional round where they got to go on the road to the number 1 seed, the 13-3 Baltimore Ravens. Bart Scott often says that's the best football team he ever played on. Steve McNair at quarterback, that nasty Ravens defense. They've got home field advantage throughout the playoffs. 2006, Peyton Manning can't go on the road against an elite defense and win. They kick 5 field goals. Adam Vinatieri, 5 field goals to beat the Ravens 15-6. Now they've got an AFC title game at home against the Patriots. At home against the Patriots. They fall behind 21-3. Halftime. Almost halftime. 21-3, they trail. Well, you're not going to come back from down 21-3 against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and the Patriots because you guys always lose to the Patriots. They somehow come back, one of the craziest AFC title games we have ever seen. They win 38-34 en route to their first Super Bowl for Peyton Manning. Of course, the Baltimore Colts had been to the Super Bowl. The Indianapolis Colts had not been. And they seal it off, beating Rex Grossman, Devin Hester, Brian Urlacher, and that Bears team in the Super Bowl. Same thing is happening right now to Ovechkin. Not their best team of recent era. It wasn't the best version of the Capitals. They ran into their boogeyman. Not Tom Brady and the Patriots, but Sidney Crosby and the Penguins. The champ that they can never get through. The golden boy of the league. They face adversity in the championship round, having to win a Game 7 on the road, and they do. and now they're finally in the Stanley Cup final.